I'm gonna share 5 simple habits that propelled me to master in Overwatch. And before you know, you roll your eyes and think, oh, this is just another guy, you know, he's gonna tell me to stay with my teammates, hear my teammates, you know, talking voice chat, you know. No. We're actually diving into topics that will actually make a difference beyond, you know, the generic stick with your team advice. Trust me, whether you're a, you know, seasoned Overwatch player or just starting playing Overwatch right now, these habits are absolute game changers. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter if you've heard some of these before, because I guarantee you, you're not consistently applying them. I promise you, 99% of people are not consistently applying them. So this is good to hear it again and be reinforced, because it's very easy to overlook, you know, the basics, but they are the key to leveling up your gameplay. So if you're serious about climbing your ranks or just want to perform better in quick play, stick around, because these habits are the secret to success in Overwatch. Stick to one hero. Let's start by dispelling a common misconception. It's this idea that you should switch whenever you're countered or whenever it goes bad. Why is this so wrong? Because if we want to improve on a hero, we need to face with a challenge, right? It's when we are faced with a challenge we improve at the hero. When I go to the gym, I don't lift weight that I feel are easy, I lift weight that I feel are heavy, so my muscles will obviously grow because they have to adapt. And this idea of constantly switching heroes when you're being countered or it's just going bad, in reality this approach often hinders your progress. How can you expect to become proficient with any hero if you're always changing? It's like trying to master multiple instruments at once. You end up a jack of all trades but a master of none, and you will play mediocre on every hero. Now you might be thinking, but what about counters, right? My team always tells me to switch when I'm being countered, but here's the thing, as I said, adversary is essential for growth. If you're not facing challenges, you're not going to improve. Look at players like Necros and Zebra. They're known for sticking to their favorite heroes regardless of the situation, regardless of the meta, regardless of how bad they got in the last patch. They always stick to their hero. And where are they on the leaderboard? They are constantly in the top 500, right? This is because they learn to play against it. There's nothing like a hard counter except for when you come to the level of pro players, because they have mastered all their fundamentals. So that's when like the hero they play actually matters. But at your level, it doesn't matter. People's fundamentals aren't that good that they will completely shut you down. So stop switching just because you think someone is countering you. Learn to play against that. Because here's the thing, you can't decide what the enemy is gonna play. So why are you constantly gonna be like, oh no, I can't play this character that I'm really good at because they pick this character and it says here that they counter me. But what if you learn to play into that character? Because they won't be like the top 1 player on that specific hero. They can't play him perfectly, so they won't be able to utilize what should counter you if you learn to play against it. I honestly feel like it's a kind of an easy excuse for a lot of people to just like, oh, you know, he counters me, that's why I can't play this hero into him, I need to switch. And they use that as an excuse of why they lose, like, I'm always getting countered. Like, stop coping, okay? But let's address the other thing. It's when your teammates tell you to switch a hero because, you know, it's not good on this map, you can't play him into this, blah blah blah. In fact, they're probably at the same rank as you, so why should their opinion hold more weight? Trust your instinct, trust your skills, and most importantly, trust your enjoyment of the game. Ultimately, Overwatch is a game meant to be enjoyed, so why not play the hero you love? Whether it's the thrill of landing headshots with Widowmaker or, you know, satisfaction of shielding your team as Reinhardt, find the hero you like to play and specialize on being as good as you can on here. Every character in Overwatch is playable, so find one you like, you can play consistently and learn that and become so proficient like Necros and Zebra, and you will easily rank up if you stick to one hero. Number 2, assuming responsibility. Let's talk about a very powerful concept, that is, if you die, chances are 100% that you made a mistake. It's easy to point fingers and blame others for a loss, but true growth comes from looking inwards. Before you criticize your teammates, ask yourself, did I play perfectly? And you know, the thing is, you probably didn't, because then you wouldn't be at that rank. You would probably be number 1 player if you played perfectly. Until you can answer yes on that question, there's no need to focus on anyone else. And recognize your sphere of influence. The reality is you can't control your teammates' actions, so why are you blaming them losing the match? That's blaming something you can't control, meaning that you're taking away the power from you to be able to win the match and putting it on your teammate, saying, yeah, it's my teammate who will win us the match, not me. But what if you take all the responsibility and say, yeah, we lost the match because of me, because I didn't perform good enough? Let me ask you this, are you familiar with the term elo hell? It's time to banish this mindset, actually, because the truth is, you're stuck at a certain rank. It's not because of your teammates, it's because you are not good enough and you need to improve. Do you think Zebra and all these top players are like, oh yeah, you know, I couldn't rank up until my teammates started playing good. That's why I ranked up. Obviously, it's not because I improved, right? It's because my teammates started playing so good, so I could actually play the game. Now, if you play good enough, as these pro players are, they're winning their matches, even if their teammates are bad, because they are so good. Their good performance outweighs the bad performance of their teammates, which makes them win. Number 3, let go of teammates. So what do I mean when I say let go of teammates? Essentially, it's about resisting the urge to constantly rely on or secure your teammates. Remember, you're all in the same rank for a reason, so assuming that they always make the most optimal decision is unrealistic. If a teammate makes a risky move that you disagree with, resist the temptation to intervene. Rushing to their aid often results in mutual demise, leading to a detrimental outcome for the team. Furthermore, don't blindly accept everything your teammate says as gospel. Just because they suggest a strategy or action doesn't mean it's the best course of action. After all, if they are consistently making the right calls, they'd likely be in a high rank. Trust your own judgment and instinct rather than automatically deferring to others. By relinquishing your dependence on your teammates, you empower yourself to make more informed decisions and seize control of your progress in the game. Instead of being tethered to the actions of others, embrace the freedom to assess situations independently and act accordingly. This autonomy is the hallmark of a skilled player who is capable of influencing the outcome of matches single-handedly. Let me put it like this: what if your tank always consistently jumps in really bad, and you as maybe a mercy tries to go in and save him every time, and every time you go in and save him, you also die and you just lose the fight, and you're like, yeah, but my teammate, he jumped in, I had to save him. What if you maybe play with your other DPSs and shit instead and let your monkey die and actually get a kill instead when everyone is focusing on monkey? This have happened so many times where I tried to save. This happened like yesterday. I tried to save an Ana that was jumped by a monkey and she kept running backwards, and I followed her and she didn't shoot the monkey. So me just pocketing her resulted in us both dying. I tried to heal her and I wanted her to shoot the monkey, but she healed. So we both just died. Either way, I should have just jumped away and let her die and helped my teammates kill other people. That's what I should have done. But since I oh no, I gotta protect my teammate that made a bad decision, it puts me in a bad position as well, and we both die. It's dumb, right? It's dumb. Number 4, mute everyone. So let's address something. Negativity will affect everyone different, but when players are hurling insults or micromanaging every move, it can be detrimental to team morale and individual performance. That's where the power of just muting everyone comes in. By silencing the chatter, you free yourself from the distractions and enable a good focus. This lets us focus on the gameplay and improving, and not being there constantly thinking of, oh, what am I gonna say to this dude? But look at my stat, I better stats than you. Oh, you know what? You're fat. Like saying shit like that, or just random people talking about shit. Like, when I go into a competitive match, I just mute everyone. I just mute everyone. I'm there to just have a good time playing ranked and trying to rank up. Mute everyone. I don't want anyone to say, Moira, why didn't you use your ult? Moira, why didn't you heal me? Blah blah. I don't want to hear that, because then I'm gonna get tilted. I'm gonna perform worse. But now a lot of people will be like, oh, but we need communication to win. No, you don't. You don't need communication to win. It's the truth here. Communication is something that matters at the highest level. Once again, at the highest level, it matters. At your level, there's other things you can focus on that you can actually control. Because here's the thing, you can't always control that your teammates are in voice chat and want to speak to you. You can't always control that they will be nice and not flame you and tilt you. You can't control that shit. So still keep focusing on your fundamentals. And if you don't believe this work, watch the YouTuber Awkward who plays unranked to GM. Every time he does that, he never speaks in voice chat. Still wins. He still have voice chat on, but it's not like there is a crazy communication. He could have just muted everyone. It's only when it comes to like the talk, he starts to, I believe he starts to talk a bit. And now some might say, but I'm not Awkward. I don't have his mechanical skills. I don't have this. I don't have that. That's the point. You are not as good as him, but if you were, you would be able to rank up, right? So if you focus on your skills and build your skills, you have total control over ranking up, over winning the match. You don't need your teammates to talk, because that's an inconsistent. Your teammates won't always talk in voice chat. They won't always listen to you. So focusing on instead improving your gameplay and just mute everyone. Now you can still talk. You can still talk. I'm not telling you to instantly mute everyone. That's just what I do. But if anyone starts talking shit or anything, just mute everyone. If anyone starts typing shit in the match chat or anything, just mute everyone. It's super annoying and you get distracted. I know this, and you probably know this too. Don't cope with it. You need to be more proactive and less reactive. What does this term means? Reactive is when we respond to actions or events initiated by others. For instance, using a Zenyatta Transcendence to counter a Genji ult. Is a reactive move. On the other hand, proactive involves taking the initiative and driving the action on yourself. In our example, Genji initiating the ult is the proactive player. Now that we know what proactive and reactive mean, let's talk about why we need to be more proactive. Simply put, it gives you the advantage. Imagine a scenario where you are always reacting to the enemy moves, playing defense instead of offense. How can you expect to secure a victory when you are constantly on the back foot? By taking the initiative and dictating the flow of the game, you put yourself in a position of strength, shifting from defense to offense. To excel in Overwatch, we must adapt an offensive mindset instead of waiting for the enemy to make a move. Seize the initiative and set the pace of the match yourself. Whether it's initiating teamfights, coordinating strategies, or making bold plays, proactivity is the path to success. This is something that I've heard Awkward emphasize a lot, and it's when I started following this, as Awkward have told me, it's when I heard Awkward say this, I understood that waiting for opportunities to come to you is not the way to go. You need to create the opportunities and take action and not always be the one reacting. Oh, they use this ult, let's use our ult. No, let's use our ult first and get the upper hand, right? That's all I had for you today. I hope you learned something, and remember these things. They will help you. If you're not doing these things, you will probably not rank up. They will hold you back.